This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin of shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you coin. Boom! Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit HPO.
Hey, what is going on, guys, gals, aliens, and degenerate crypto enthusiasts? Welcome back to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. So, happy Tuesday, happy Taco Tuesday, happy Crypto Tuesday. I hope everyone is doing well. Hope you had a good Monday. Nice little start to the week. Had some volatility with the altcoins and Bitcoin, and we're getting some pullbacks, but we're going to be pulling up the charts to give you guys some hope, some hopium. We're going to pull out the hopium pipe, and we're all going to enjoy the peace pipe of hopium for crypto. But welcome. So just make sure you guys are doing the housekeeping. We are going to hit that like button. We're going to hit the subscribe button. We're going to ding the bell to be notified because we are battling the algorithms and we have to stay strong. But we want to give a shout out to the people that came in early today. We got Shipman, we got Don Cabrera, we got the Sprotos in the house, we got Wiley Coyote, and also we have a special guest today. So if you have been following me on x.com at DanoCrypto904, then you would see that I have a very amazing guest, and we're going to have an awesome conversation. We're just going to be shooting the breeze today. But let's pull up the charts real quick. We're just going to pull up the charts. We're going to pull up Bitcoin and Ethereum really quick, show you the price action, and then we'll get right to it. Okay, so I'm using a different little setup here because whenever I have a guest, I have to actually stream through my Restream dashboard, which I actually like. It's very functional. Give a shout out to Restream for just having a functional platform that I can edit and do all this stuff inside of it. So I've actually been really enjoying it. So thank you, Restream. All right, so first I want to point out the ETH BTC ratio chart. The ETH BTC ratio chart is still looking bullish. Now, if you saw here in April, we had this bottoming of the ETH BTC ratio. And this was signaling for us to be bullish altcoins and to even think that we could dare to say there's going to be an altcoin season, because everyone has been made fun of for saying altcoin season for the thousandth, however many, millionth time we've said altcoin season. But we know that the altcoins do have their time to shine, but it's all relative to how the strength of ETH is. So when we've seen this ETH BTC ratio start to bottom out and then also pump, what happens with the altcoins? Well, it's Magic City. We start to get things going up 30, 40, 50% on the daily. Then when you start to look at the weekly, things are going up hundreds of percent on the week. And this is how we can start going into the rest of this year, but it's not going to come without its choppiness, a little bit of volatility, and this is where we are at right now. And then if you're looking at the ratio, and by the way, guys, you want to look at these coins on the weekly too. You really want to look at the week because the week is going to give you a more zoomed out macro perspective, and it's not going to get you too distracted on these short-term volatility chop range of the market. So right now, Ethereum was pushing to get to that like dragon scaled resistance of 4K. We got real close to it, and we're hitting a little bit of resistance. But I think if we look at these Fibonacci extensions, I think 8K ETH is on the table, and it's right around the corner, my friends. And then if you're looking at Bitcoin, we're still in a good momentum, but we are going to see a little bit of chop, a little bit of volatility. We filled the gap, I think, pretty close, filling into the gap from the CME. That's something that we mentioned earlier this week and also last week. But the Fibonacci is showing some interesting things where we could be hitting up into 128,000 per Bitcoin. And right now, we're just looking at let's see what's not doing so well. What's down the most in our list here? We got ENA down 9%, Pingu's down 7%, but Pingu's been crushing all of the partnerships. They're tagging everyone. They're trying to get everyone to be a Penguin holder, and I think it's working. I think it might be working. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you now bullish pudgies? Are you now being forced to follow in line and follow the trend? Luca's like, you better lick the boot right now. You better lick that penguin. Um, and so yeah, that's kind of what's happening right now. So we're getting a little bullish Pingu as well, but obviously we hit close to an all-time high because that first initial wick wasn't sustained, and we hit that resistance that came into basically that Trump pump beginning of the year. Every altcoin went down about 90% to 100%, as you can see, even the mighty Pingu. But look, you can see how this is showing some strength with NFT brands and altcoins and meme coins in general. So we're feeling pretty bullish. We're feeling pretty bullish about stuff, but I think what we have to do now is just kind of sit on our hands a little bit. We kind of have to sit on the hands a little bit. Why do we have to sit on the hands? Well, because if you do too much, you're going to get distracted. You're probably going to get hacked. You're going to click some stupid link. If you and you're going to do these things because you are being tossed all around. You lost your plan. You lost the strategy. You fell off whatever you were trying to focus on because some new shiny thing's over here, some new shiny thing over there. Oh, this thing, that thing. But really, if you went back into history and looked at the coins that you were probably originally holding and that you were bullish on, those things are still doing well, and you might have probably sold them a little too early. So you have to focus. You got to lock in, my friends. It's time. It's time to lock in. But speaking of locking in, we have a very, very special guest that we're going to bring on, and we're going to talk about locking in. We're going to talk about the strategy. We're going to talk about how you can survive in these cryptocurrency ecosystems. And it is, without further ado, Miss Julie Kennis. What's going on?
Oh, thank you for having me on. I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
of course. Yeah.
In
So
your territory. I'm so happy.
I know. I'm so sorry for you. Just be ready, be prepared. No, I'm just kidding. I
I'm
think
ready
my
for
community's
anything.
they're very nice, so they're going to treat you well. I'm encouraging them to ask you some questions. And actually, I forgot. I need to get the chat actually on screen. I think I can do it like
Oh
this,
yeah.
and then we can actually
You would
see the
see what
Now
they're
we
saying.
can
Oh,
now.
look at that. Yours pops up automatically.
Well, this is one way I can do it. You could So for
Okay.
restream, you can just like kind of click an overlay, and it'll just
Mm-hmm.
overlay it like kind of like that, and then
Mm.
yeah. So I kind of like it. I kind of don't. I'm but it's cool though. It's right there,
Yeah,
so you can see
it's
it.
bigger. Like, because on mine, I have StreamYard, and
Yeah.
that one makes it a little too small. It's kind of hard to read what people are saying, but here people can actually see it.
Yeah,
I like
and just guys, just let me know because I don't have headphones on, and I'm like have her coming through my speakers. Is there any echo? Are we good? Are we good? There's no echo or anything. Just give me a thumbs up or some emojis in the chat. Let me know that the sound is okay. There's no weird echoing or doubling of the sound. I think we're good. I think we're good.
I don't hear me.
Okay, good. All
I
right.
think we're
Well, I want to first off ask you just like a simple question. What got you interested into crypto? What was the catalyst
Mhm.
that made you say, "Whoa, I need to like actually start paying attention to this?" Like, and then what was your first was when did you first learn about Bitcoins? It's two questions. It's two-part question. What
Yes.
got you into crypto, and then when was the first time you heard about Bitcoin?
Okay. So yeah, I first knew about Bitcoin a long time ago. My older brother was always he was very into technology. He was into like fixing computers. He kind of did that on the side for like making hustle money, if you will. And so he always knew about Bitcoin and would tell me about it, but I didn't know how to buy it. And he passed away probably 10, almost 11 years ago. So that's how long I've known about
Do
Bitcoin.
that.
I didn't think about, like, it didn't click for me until 2019. And 2019, I knew about Robinhood, and I had that like aha moment of Robinhood running their campaign and talking about buying crypto. And I went, I'm going to download Robinhood. So I downloaded Robinhood, had the app, had just a little bit of money in it, and watched Dogecoin really because it was, I'm like, what is this weird one that's 0.006? And I remember watching it and it went from 0.6 to 0.8, 0.009. And I'm like going, maybe I should have bought this one.
Maybe I should put my whole stimulus check in this
Yeah.
thing,
And
right?
so, yeah. So then when the stimulus check came, of course, that's what went right into it. And yeah, so I bought Dogecoin, and it still, every time I was getting paid through work, was squirreling a little more money away, and did different things. Like I was doing the Tesla stock split and the Apple stock split, and was playing earnings calls and a lot of that. But really, I could see that the most movement was on Dogecoin. And so whenever we had, Elon tweeting stuff and him going on Saturday Night Live, I'd eventually said, I'm just going to take all of this and just put it right in there. And so I had about $1,000 that I put into Dogecoin.
Okay.
And I watched that go up to 13,000, and I'm like in
Nice.
the app going, sell, sell, sell. And
Were
the
you
app,
able to sell?
no.
Oh no! So that was
And
when
so
the sell button was
yes,
cut
the
off,
sell button
right?
wouldn't work. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so anyway, so I kept hitting sell, sell. And so finally I executed the sell. It was a little over 10 grand when I hit the sell.
Okay.
So I was happy. I was like, I 10x'd my money, and I withdrew it and, ended up like going on vacation and like actually enjoying life with it. But still had some money in and was still participating, but misjudged the exits of the bull run, of course. Like,
Yeah.
you,
I mean,
you
it's like so easy to do, you know?
and everybody was telling me to sell, but they had been telling me to sell for like, 4 or 5 months, and I continued making money. So when it really was time to sell, I just didn't believe anybody, and we were going to go up forever. So we
Yeah.
didn't.
Okay.
But I did start to create my X account, and got involved with some projects, like NFT projects. I was on the Slum Doge Billionaire, was an NFT with like a dog. And anyway, because I made my money on Dogecoin, I'm like, oh, I'll do the little Doge NFT. That's cute. Yeah, and those just, I worked for the project for like a year, but they like abandoned the project. They did the whole like Dev's mom died story, and and I'm over here like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so naive, not even realizing all the devs were dying at the time. um
I mean, the things that people do in these telegrams and discords and groups and NFT groups, and
mhm.
it's crazy.
The dev dying was like it was like a real thing. Like it was bullish. Remember, it used to be bullish for the community if the dev would die. Um,
Only in crypto. Only in
only in
crypto will
crypto.
you hear a
Yes.
conversation like this.
Yes. So anyway, but either way, the bug bit me. I was in
Yeah, yeah.
deep. I had JPEGs. I was, $600 ETH gas times, like just weird stuff. It
Yeah.
was wild. I won a lot. I lost a lot. But yeah, we continued on. But I did get picked up on some projects being like doing sponsorship work and stuff like that. And that was really where I said, I think I want to pivot and do like content creation, because then that at least kind of like gives me something to do during the bear market.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the rest was sort of history. I worked on growing the platform at that point, and then signed with Goxstein Media in December of 23. So it'll be 2 years this December.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about that too, because like David's popped up in my feed for years now. So
Has he gone into any of your shows or anything? Does he? No, he's not.
uh
He doesn't really pop into people's shows.
I have this theory that he watches my show all the time, and that's where he
I
gets
think
his
he does.
material.
I
Because I'm like, how are you saying the same stuff I'm saying an hour, 2 hours after my live stream,
Mhm.
brother? No, but no, it's funny. I actually told him that. I actually told him that personally. So we'll see if he calls me back.
I haven't I haven't gotten him to say ticker Bitcoin, but I've heard him because I always go into spaces. And he is very supportive of meme communities, and he has always said really good things about ticker Bitcoin. And so I know he loves it, but I did try and bait him like a week ago and get him to respond. And
Yeah, but he's I think his favorite obviously is Bobo. Like he loves Bobo, he loves and Pepe. So
yes,
give him
yes.
credit for sticking to his guns, you know.
Having conviction is important, believe
Yeah.
in something. So
But yeah, so that's cool. That's awesome. I like hearing the origin stories and a lot, and all of our stories are of origin stories. If we came into the cycle in like 2019, 2020, kind of
mhm,
COVID or after COVID, we experienced very similar things. Like maybe
mhm.
some people got in real deep and really, hit the rubber, on the road, or they kind of dipped in and kind of did the Doge thing and then got out. And so I think it's interesting to see how people's personalities are and who you are and how you end
Mhm.
up getting into crypto by the catalyst of whether it be like Dogecoin or something like that. So it's cool because it's a very similar story with me. Like I got into with Robinhood and did the Doge thing, and then now it's kind of the rest is history. But a different route though. Like you actually ended up, instead of going into content, you went kind of right into the trench. Like you went into crypto Twitter. I didn't do that. Like I actually went
Mm,
to YouTube first because that's where I got my
mm,
content. I was always a YouTube person. I've always loved YouTube. And that was like in my head, that was the formula. Like, oh, I think I'm going to make a channel. And so it's interesting how like sponsorships and all that stuff like is completely different when it comes to like you trying to grind on the YouTube as opposed to where like how you started, which is pretty interesting.
yes. Yeah, the the funnel from X to YouTube, it doesn't translate. I don't know if you feel much of a translation from YouTube to X. But me trying to get people from X to follow my YouTube, it's not easy. I mean, I started 5 years ago really pushing the Twitter X CT profile. And then didn't really start pushing YouTube. Started doing YouTube videos in January of last year, but maybe by the end of last year only had like 20 videos up. So 20 videos
Okay.
per year was not going to cut it.
Yeah.
And David was the one who kept telling me, you need to live stream every day. You need to live stream every day.
Yeah.
I did not know when I started, my New Year's resolution was to live stream every day. I did not know that it was all of a sudden going to be like I'm hearing myself now. That's wonderful. Hold on.
You're still here.
I think on now. I'm echoey. But that's okay. Is there
Oh,
a
are you echoing now? Oh,
I'm
hold on.
echoey.
I can fix this. Hold
I'm
on.
like coming out of something.
It's probably this oh, that's what it is. Are you good now?
Let me see. Okay, yeah, I don't hear me now. That's
Oh, okay.
great.
It was because the browser was playing audio. Okay.
I was like, I'm talking
Yeah,
to
I
myself.
wanted to have your profile up so I could show how many
Oh, thank you.
followers you have. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys
Yeah.
real quick, yeah, go and follow Julie Kennis at Julie Kennis 2. She has 13.6 thousand followers on here. So
Yeah. So I started pushing every day just to try and live stream. And so like you, I have people on YouTube that I watch every day. I love their show, the content that they do. So like Randy Hipper, she's Miss Teen Crypto. Love her show. And then with Wendy O, she's probably been my strongest support from day one. She was one of the first people that really interviewed with me, and sort of gave me a chance, pulled up my profile and encouraged people to follow me. And they're just two women in this space who constantly show up every day. They provide really good feedback. They set a really good example for newcomers. and they're just overall good people. You see them at a conference, they're friendly, they're warm, they're welcoming, and it's not that way for everyone. There's a lot of people that they are super friendly online, and you see them in person and they do not want you to talk to them. And it's not the big people, because like Charles Hoskinson, he's cool with you saying hi to him. It's
Yeah.
these other KOLs that think they're important,
If he's
that
watching
are
my content, he's probably not. He's probably like that.
Oh, Charles.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, I mean,
Yeah.
me and Charles would probably get along great, but I would be like socking him in the stomach a little bit, a couple times.
Yeah. I'm sure he gets
Charles.
that. And I don't think he doesn't mind. I don't think he minds the difference of opinion and things like that. I do think he I feel like now, kind of stepping in later, people bought in early on the concept without realizing like how long it was actually going to take to execute that. And so he's executed that and things are being delivered, but people are kind of just tired and fatigued and saw these other plays they missed out on. And so he's kind of taken heat for that. But I mean, really, I look at everything that's built on Cardano, and there's no reason to not like Cardano, other than people just love to shit on him.
Yeah, I mean, I
Why people shit on Charles over Vitalik and not the other way around? Like, I really don't get it.
oh,
Because
Vitalik gets his fair share for
yeah,
sure. I mean, I mean, look what happened when he sang at that event, and then it was just people just were just selling ETH
straight
just
to
because he
zero.
started singing. I was like, come on, guys, just
How dare you not know how to karaoke?
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good thing I'm not a founder.
No, yeah, I would imagine. Honestly, yeah, we give these founders a hard time, and I'm sure it's probably not easy to be like in the public eye like that. Everyone's got their opinions, and But I
Hmm.
think though Charles does have good integrity. He's very smart. I mean, like you gotta give him and his team a lot of credit. Like they are trying to build something that is their own, and so yeah,
I
it's,
will tell this. So people probably have perceptions in their mind of like Cardano people and who like Cardano and their ecosystem. They kind of seem like a little nerdier, a little more like, the pocket protector type. But I went to a convention it was the book.io conference, and it was in April in McKinney, Texas, so like an hour outside of Dallas. And we got a personal invite to go. So me and Leslie from G Media flew out there. And it's like, if Charles invites you to a conference, you go. Like, it's the first time I've ever.
for
Oh
sure.
yeah, Charles wants you guys there. I'm like, okay, I'll be on the next plane out there. So we get out there, and it was over April 19th, 20th, and 21st. So it was over 420. And I'm thinking, oh cool, I'm gonna go spend, 420 with the Cardano folks. And I quit drinking alcohol a few years ago, but I'm like California sober. So 420 is kind of one of those days I like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, sitting here at this convention, it's book.io. And I'm like, I get up and I go back to the bathroom, and I'm like hitting my little vape pen, hitting my vape pen in the bathroom, trying to be all sneaky. And I come out and everybody's all sitting at the front of the room. And there's these two guys at the back table. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go hang with these guys at the back because they're probably up to no good, right? So I just stand there and I'm like, do I tell them I'm smoking or do I not? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna tell them I'm smoking. I pull my pen out and I'm like, hey, you guys want to hit? And they were like, oh, we just did that. And he goes, oh, I've got some of this. And he pulls it out, and it's this bag full of like crumbles. And I'm like thinking, what is it? I know it's not weed. And he's got this like little scooper with it too, this little scooper in this little bag. And I'm thinking, what is this? And he's like, it's mushrooms. I'm like,
You're like Cardano community. What is happening? You're like, what?
and it's like 10
Where's Alex Becker right now
It's like literally, it's
clear
like
the
10
air?
o'clock. And I'm like looking at this guy going, and for a minute, I'm like, do I do this now? And then I'm thinking, well, in an hour, I'm going to start feeling a little wound. I might need to have like important conversations. So So maybe not. So I ended up saying no, but they were like my buddies for the rest of the trip because I'm
That's
like,
funny.
okay, we're cool
Yeah,
now.
just no, yeah, that's just like I think that's the rule, you don't take, random mushrooms from a Cardano holder. I think that's like,
But then the best
that's in
part
the I think that's in the
is
manual.
that in the Cardano
Yeah, I think it's
Constitution.
actually in the United States passport.
So
Yeah,
so then
you don't do that.
Charles was on Spaces the next day, and he's like, "Oh yeah, after the conference, I took some of the Book IO guys, and we got on my jet, and we went up to my ranch, and then we all sat around the fire doing mushrooms all night." And I thought,
And you were like, "Wait, that was the batch?"
I should have just ate the
You're like,
mushrooms at
"That
the
was the Charles
conference.
Hoskinson batch. Dang it."
Anyway, so ever since then, I'm like, you guys aren't so bad.
You're like, I would have been flying with Nike the Pig in the sky, listening to
Me
Pink
and
Floyd,
Nike.
man.
Yes.
That's
Over
awesome.
the
Yeah, no, that's cool.
rainbow.
Yeah. Well, I can tell that you enjoy being in crypto, and that
Yes.
and that it's something that you feel like you're in the right place at the right time, which is, I think, is a beautiful thing.
Yes. I feel blessed. I love being here. I always say I love it here. I really love it here. Even on the days that are just really gnarly, and I still just love it. Like it's like a soap opera.
It kind of is. Yeah. There's plenty of drama if you want to be entertained,
Mhm.
but yeah, so that's cool. And so I'm curious, what has been on your radar? Because obviously you've gone through different phases of focus on NFTs at one point. You've maybe
Mhm.
even advised or worked for some companies or some projects. And so now that you've went through all of this stuff, maybe you've learned a couple lessons, maybe you are still learning. We're all learning, obviously.
Mhm.
We're all learning
Mhm.
lessons in crypto, but I'm curious where your focus is now and what you are trying to lock in and focus on. What is most important to you now, whether it be like how you're allocating your portfolio
Mhm.
and just, things like that.
So probably a year or two ago, my view on NFTs were a little different. I really felt like there was going to be a significant another bull run for NFTs. And not to say I don't see them coming back, I just see very few legacy NFTs coming back. Of course, the Sprotos are going to be at the top of that list because ran all the way up to 3 ETH recently and then came
Yeah.
back down. And so there have been some NFT communities that have remained really strong, like Pudgy Penguins. Like you say, Luca is trying really hard to push those NFTs down everyone's throat. It almost feels a little forced because you notice, like,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, every corporation was posting their own unique one of one Pudgy Penguin. And so I'm looking at it like, okay, so did Pudgy Penguins create these one of ones for these companies, and did they expand the collection, or is this just a marketing thing? Their artist created this and said, hey, put a PFP up. um, Either way, it felt more inorganic. Whereas, like, the Bored Apes was just very organic. Sproto's very organic.
Yeah.
Even though a lot went into the Bored Apes, I don't think that the display of everybody putting the Bored Apes on as PFPs was a marketing push so much as it kind of looked like it with Pudgy Penguins, because they all did it within a 24-hour period with the same, like, sentence even. And so I always look for when there's like organic culture or inorganic culture, and you can tell organic culture completely, just like with
Yeah.
I love SPX 6900. I've been on that token. I don't have the NFT. That NFT also ran while everything else stayed relatively low. And I think just by default, because that community has grown so naturally, I think that the Aeons will have a run as well. But yeah, before I was holding on to all these NFTs going, oh, this is going to come back. This is going to come back. I really
Mhm.
don't think a lot of those are coming back. Um, but now I am starting to look at like where can I shave some of my coins, because I did kind of put everything into coins, have been on coins, but I do think I want to allot some to NFTs because I do want a Sproto. And I think I've told you before when we streamed together, I looked at it, it was like at 0.3 and I was getting ready to pull the trigger and I just thought, God, they're just so ugly. And then it went to 3 ETH and it was like within 2 weeks that I was looking at it, and then I was really mad and I was like, why didn't I buy it? They're so beautiful at 3 ETH.
Yeah,
They're
yeah. You're
all
like, oh, they don't
beautiful
look
at
too
3
bad
ETH. I
now.
want
Yeah.
all of them. So now I'm like, okay, so now I know I need one. I also I would like to get a Bitcoin like inscription. I don't know. I've kind of looked at those a little bit. The frogs came down really low. I almost bought a frog. Because those are kind of like one of the OG ones.
Oh,
But I
of ordinals.
yeah, of ordinals, the
Oh, okay,
Bitcoin
yeah. Like
frogs.
ordinal
Yeah.
Pepes is what it the.
Yeah, they have the rare Pepes. The rare Pepes are really cool. I've got quite a Bitcoin bag too. I'm a bag holder.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't get super deep in NFTs. I kind of like I started with in Polygon. I got into something called Billionaire Zombies Club, and
Uh-huh.
it was kind of like a play off the punks and the zombies and the whole thing. But that was about as far as I got in, and just maybe seeing some stuff on Solana, like the Orcanauts that was connected with Orca. So I honestly did not go as deep as the NFT trenchers did, as you can say. I was more on the coin side, like I was way more into
Ah.
games, and that's what got my attention, and
Yeah,
Pepe and Wojak and just kind of those legacy ETH coins is really what kind of
well, that was
enticed
smart. I
me more.
mean, Pepe, because I was fairly early on Pepe as well, and did well on Pepe because I imported that contract on like day 3, and it was the first contract I ever imported. Like I remember feeling really weird when I was like pasting the contract, and MetaMask was like, "Warning,
Yep,
do you
yep,
know what the hell you're doing?" And I'm
yeah.
just like, "Yes, do it, full send." And so I was early on Pepe, and that's one like where it's like it's culture. It's like a culture coin.
Yeah.
It's so synonymous with internet culture that I couldn't not be in it. So yeah, so I'm gonna hold that forever. Hold ticker Bitcoin, the coin, obviously. But
Yeah.
yeah, if the Sprotos, there now there's a particular one I have my eye on because I almost bought her, and now I need it. So now I've just got to
Was
wait.
it a Sproto? Was it an
She had the
actual
boobies.
Sproto, or is it a
Yeah, it was a
Sproto lady?
Sproto. It
Oh,
was, yeah,
it's
she had
a
some
Sproto.
boobies.
Okay.
She had a man face, but she had boobies.
Okay, yeah, because we
Yeah,
could. I was like,
it's
we could
very
try and find
ugly.
it. Oh, it's because it's like maybe one of these that has the kind of boob,
Yeah,
like a
I like the one with the
set of
boob with
boobs.
the on the kind of mad.
Yeah, this is the one that I want to purchase,
He's cool.
and yeah, this guy's cool because he's got the spectacles. But I already made him my profile picture just as a dominate, like being very
Mhm.
aggressive. Where I'm like, no one is buying this. Don't you
Yes.
dare. If you buy it, send it to me first.
Right.
Just as long
Yes.
as you're buying it as a gift.
That's awesome. Yeah, they're great. I've always loved the Sproto. And the community just always shows up. There's like the people who are consistently posting that post on during bear days,
Yeah.
during bull days. I think it's important.
Yeah, when you see these blue Sproto characters pop up in your timeline like this, I mean, it's basically a massive takeover. I mean, they're super supportive, and I know there's a lot of other communities that are like that too. But there's something about seeing those blue, red, and yellow Sprotos. There's something about it.
Yeah, they're great. They're
Yeah.
great. Yeah, there's certain communities that I just kind of gravitate towards. And then whenever you see certain people in that community, you're like, oh, okay, this is a good one.
And you like the honey badgers too, right?
I
You like
love the honey badgers.
the honey
Yes, I
badgers,
don't.
honey bastards, or
Yes, I
you
still.
gotta because you're more into the NFTs than I am.
Yeah.
And
Got my
school me now. Like,
my
so what?
little
So we
my
got
little honey badger flag.
oh,
Yeah.
nice. Hold on. Let me pop that up. Do that again. Hold on. Let
Yeah,
me put that
I've
back on the
got I
full
don't
screen.
my little honey badger is not here next to me, but I love this because it has every like all of the memes on it.
Nice.
It's
I love
even
it.
got our right here. There's your
Yep. You got
ticker
your ticker
Bitcoin guy.
Bitcoin. You got your
Yeah.
Moo Moo. You got Brett. You got Mog, Pepe,
Yeah. This came through
Doge,
and I was
or
like,
whatever
oh my
Shiba.
gosh.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah, I love that. I'm like, okay, this is mine. But yeah, whenever I get I get lots of goodies. I get lots of goodies, so I try to share them with my community. Like I'll be going to Rare Evo next week. So Rare Evo, I'll go around. I do I do interviews with people one-on-one, like particularly speakers of the conference or someone who's building something. I'll do an interview with them. But then I'll also take my live stream camera around. I'll go to different booths. And if people are watching my live stream and they're like, I want one of those shirts, get me a size, blah, 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 I will get you that shirt and I will bring
Nice.
it home and I will package it up and send it to you. So I try to take care of my community too.
That's
If they
awesome.
support me and show up every day, they see something they want, But yeah, I've got some packages I'm due to send out still.
Nice. I know. I'm always trying to do giveaways, and I don't think I have enough people yet to fully. But yeah,
Yeah.
no one
I
ever responds
usually I've
as
given
much
away
as fast as I would like. But
because Honey Badger, the Hoba token was gifted to me. And so after Hoba token was gifted to me, I started bull posting it and it ran from like 15 cents to 70 cents. Like we ran it up hard over a couple of months of me bull posting it. So I feel like I'm ready to run it back turbo on that one.
yeah, and so this is the ETH contract.
It's the ETH one. It's like at
Okay.
14 cents right now, 13 cents
Yeah,
right
because
now. I
I'll
think.
pull it up.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up. Let's see. Pull it up on Deck Screener here.
Uh,
Yeah, so at its peak, the market cap at least, let's see, it wicked up to 8.6 mil, consolidated down, and then tried to test it up again at 8.2
mhm.
mil. So it had that nice little double top. But this was also obviously, I referenced the Trump pump and massive dump. Trump pump
Yeah.
and dump. The
Yep.
Trump pump and dump was like this was everything looks like
Dumped
this. So
everything. Yeah.
that's what's hilarious is like it's not just your altcoins, bro, or whatever. It's like it
Everything.
was everyone's altcoin kind of just
Yeah.
went to the toilet. Everything hit a 90%. So it's
Yeah.
like, but
So
then the
to think
test,
it's not gonna come back, I mean, it's clearly gonna do the same thing. It's gonna run it back turbo for sure.
it's very well possible.
So
I don't like to say it's like it's guaranteed because then you get in trouble.
you can get in
I even
trouble,
say that
yeah.
with my favorite coins. I'm like, hey guys, I know this isn't guaranteed, but we also have to be delusional as hell and
Yes.
and believe in something, you know. But yeah, no, so the chart doesn't look too bad. I mean, it looks like it's getting a little bit more strength.
Mhm.
I did get crushed. I mean, it definitely did
Absolutely
get
crushed,
crushed.
yeah. Mhm.
Um, but yeah, there is still a little bit of hope because you battling some of this previous resistance from the floor from earlier in the year because you got that through line right there, as you can see, 1, 2, and then it
Oh, yeah.
tested
So
and broke that, so that's good. That's a good sign. So it's creating kind of a range
starting,
where
yeah.
starting to create a range here, and just the next level that you'd be wanting to break would be around that because you see where it's currently where it's sitting is about
Mhm.
where this candle breakout was the
Was
last time.
when it broke out.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
September. So that can be used as a signal of strength or also resistance because we're sitting right in that spot too. So it's like looking at any spot in this range is where you can get some data. But it's always hard
Mhm.
with these coins because they're not that old. So you don't really have a lot of previous market structure and data to
History.
go off of,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, Dumpstar has hand drawn so much content. And that's what when I was gifted the token, I went into the Telegram and I immediately just started pulling off pictures. And that's when I was like, I ended up with of every community I've ever joined, I had so many pictures. So then it was every day, I'm like, I'm just going to post a new picture of a honey badger every day and just kept posting and posting and posting. And yeah, I mean, it felt amazing to run it up like that. And then I just started gifting the coin to people because I'm like, the HOBA community was so amazing and embracing of me that I wanted all the cool people to join. I'm like, I want all the cool people to be in HOBA. So I've gifted away like quite a bit of HOBA.
Nice.
But just because I just love the community, and then I realized all the bleed over with Sprotos, and yeah, the rest was history. That was my entry into Ticker Bitcoin, because I always knew about Ticker Bitcoin, but I actually found it by way of HOBA, which is weird.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how I found Ticker Bitcoin was really I just saw it on chain. I was using Morales Money, which is Ivan on Tech's platform.
Right.
I don't know if I don't even know if they're still pushing it, but they completely rebranded and have done this like bull mania thing. So I kind of lost track because I was using it all the time. But then when you lock in and you finally just decide I'm buying these coins and I don't need to look at anything else, you don't need any market like aggregators anymore. You're like, this is what I'm buying and I'm sticking to it. It's tough to do that, but yeah. So when I was looking at all the new coins, whenever Pepe came out, I saw Harry Potter Obama Sonic Teninu in the feed.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is this?
Mm-hmm.
I laughed immediately when I read it, but then Ivan on Tech on his stream started to talk about it. He was like, "What is this Harry Potter Obama Sonic Teninu?" And he's like, just
With his
laughing
accent, it's so funny. Yeah.
so funny. And I was just like, I love that it's making Ivan laugh so hard because of just the ridiculousness. And then when he would go to the website, he started laughing even more. And it was kind of the similar discovery. But I told myself this thing is either going to be the end game best meme coin of all time, or it's going to go to zero. You know, so
Right.
I'm kind of more on the side that it's going to be the end game token.
Yeah, I mean, I like it more than Mog. Mog is one that I think also has a really strong cult, but
Yeah.
anytime I've ever done anything with Pit Vipers or tried to tag, like I get there's zero response. So it's either I'm like they either don't want me part of their community, or they just don't care to include new people, or they're not rating
Yeah.
new people's posts. And so, but it's never been that way with the Ticker Bitcoin people. There's no bias. They just whoever they're gonna raid you.
Yeah, it could be grandma, and all of a sudden grandma's like, "Why is there all these
Right.
photos in my timeline?" It was like, "Grandma, because you said the ticker's Bitcoin, baby. That's
Yes.
why. Get
Yes.
ready."
You retweeted it.
And speaking of the Sprotos and the ticker holders, they're in the chat right now. We got Fathead Dave in the house. Shout out to
Yes.
Fathead Dave. Big, like his legs are bigger than my entire body. So like one leg has more muscle than my entire body. So I don't know how he does it.
All I ever see is his head. I just see his fat head.
He's got a glorious fat head.
He does. He's got a good facial hair too. He's got good face hair going on.
Yep. Yeah. He really. Yeah. He keeps himself well. He grooms himself well. Yeah, we're talking about you, fathead, and you're on the toilet right now too.
He
man.
is.
I mean,
yeah, it's an appropriate. It's a throne. It's the throne, the royal throne.
Yeah, it is the royal throne.
But Dano is actually talented. Yeah.
I don't know, talented at what? I don't know, yelling at everyone on in front of a computer screen. If you call that talent. Then. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, like there's these legacy meme coins that I've liked to give attention to, and it's because they all kind of came around the same time, and I love that Pepe was that spark, and then it kind of it created this momentum for us to figure out what was going to eventually, give us charts like this.
I love to see the momentum coming back to Ethereum too, because it kind of took a little bit of a back seat. There was the negative information. It wasn't negative, but there was just the information coming out from the Ethereum Foundation about restructuring and things like that. And, it made for a really weird climate, but that it doesn't mean that the tech is bad. It doesn't mean that they aren't developing. It doesn't mean anything about Ethereum has changed. It was literally just a piece of news that came out that people responded negatively to. But Solana, I feel like the culture on Solana has been not very healthy, and people are wanting to go back to ETH. Like in ETH, you just didn't have that same, I don't know, people weren't dumping to zero. Partially because when the gas gets too high, you can't.
Too high. It just shows you're like, oh yeah, I'm poor. I can't sell that.
Right.
Actually.
Yeah. You have enough ETH until there's high trade volume, and then you don't have enough ETH.
Yeah.
So
it was like a blessing. It was a blessing in disguise. It was like, it was a blessing and a curse. It's like, oh yeah, high gas fees, but at the same time, it's like a stronger, more resilient chain in that way. But I think that's why these like the ETH legacy coins, for instance, like, use MOG as an example, SPX 6900, any of these that are around 2 years old, and they have a liquidity pool set up with wrapped ETH. They react differently than other coins do. I'll get into this and how I think this, and because I want to ask you, I have a question for you. I want your opinion. It's a controversial one. I love talking about it because no one talks about it. I mean, there's like very few people that'll talk about it because I don't know why they're afraid to not talk about it. And it's about Pulse Chain, but we're gonna get to it. So, so the ETH, with these coins being wrapped in ETH, and they're paired in ETH. When ETH, they haven't seen an ETH all-time high. These coins have not seen an ETH all-time high, and you're telling me that with the momentum that we've seen, with for instance, I don't even hold MOG, but I understand the bullishness of the chart. That's what I like to tell people is like, I can pull up a chart and not be a holder of it and chill it just as hard, because it's just a perfect example of how strong ETH memes like this. The chart's just different than what, say, the Solana meme runner is, or whatever the chain is. It just looks a little different. And I want your opinion on this. Do you think that with the nature of Pulse Chain and where we had the sacrificed ETH, we had like this treasury that's been built by Richard Hart, where he basically like full ported the top of ETH, and then we have the liquidity is set up with Pulse as the liquidity, not ETH. So it's just the same as what like we have Pulse, but we also have the sacrifice of the ETH that is in the treasury for Pulse. How do you think this is all going to get exposure and also just momentum in the Pulse Chain ecosystem?
I think that Pulse is probably one of those that nobody is talking about, which I love that you bring it up, because Richard Hart is not facing the lawsuits he was facing before, and Pulse Chain is still very fundamentally strong chain. There's a lot of things that I think are evolving on, like, say, MetaMask, which is something that Pulse Chain would operate on. And with the changes, I don't know if you are still using MetaMask, but I had Michael K on my show, and
I love that. I was like, yes, let's go. Get MetaMask back in the game.
Yes. So he told me on the show, oh, well, now you don't need ETH to swap your native token. So if you go to swap, say you go to swap your Pepe, or you go to swap your MOG and you don't have enough ETH, it will use your MOG to swap it to ETH. So now you no longer need ETH to make that swap. And then just this last week, I did a swap, and sure enough, I didn't have enough ETH. It just took it right out of the swap that I was doing. I was like, oh my gosh,
you're like, well, how did I just lose $1,000 of MOG? Where did all my MOG go? You're like, oh, dang it.
It's amazing. Right. Yeah. So I really feel like we are about to see a major shift. And I think a lot of attention is going to start to move, and people are they're not going to be prepared for Pulse Chain to even move. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good runner this cycle.
Yeah. It's like I've had my focus on it for months and months when no one gave a crap. I was bridging when people were saying, "Oh, it's the worst bridge ever." I'm like, it worked fine for me. What are you talking about? You're just talking crap because you just want to because it was cool to say that Richard Hart's a scammer and post him coming out with a bunch of bags of the Louis Vuitton and, make him look like an idiot. But
Mhm.
really, the dude is very smart. And he honestly has called everything that has happened in a lot of these cycles. He's called
Mhm.
pretty
Mhm.
dead on. And so while other people are paying attention to these actual squeakier wheels
Mhm.
that you see them more often on the timeline, and they end up being the ones that are the scammers, or end up going to jail, or end up actually getting fully prosecuted with whatever scam they're running.
Mhm.
He ends up beating the SEC on his own accord with really good lawyers, and then learns the law, and actually then posts all of the documents and the law so then we could learn about it. And then we have people like XRP, Brad Garlinghouse, and like, they're not actually telling us anything about the legal structure of what's happening. We don't know anything at all.
Right, and so
We're
exactly.
feel bad about XRP and all these people that are in these cases, but it's like, you're not giving us all the information. While Richard Hart literally gave us every single piece of the case, and then
Mhm.
said, "Guess what? I won." Of them trying to literally sue my speech of code.
Right, right. And so it's important because when cases like this happen, that case now sets a precedence. And so when you look at like what is currently going on with Pump Fund, and I think why people aren't talking about it more is because the way that it's being framed is that with that being a launch pad, each coin is technically considered a coin that is owned by Pump Fund because the developers can't customize the smart contract. And so if the parameters are already put into place by the developer, then the developer is technically the holder. And so since Pump Fund is technically the one launching all these coins from their launch pad, it actually makes it a security. And so this is what I'm really watching on this, because if this comes down that they determine that this is a security instead of it being, the meme coin collectible that we're all thinking these all are, because we've said, oh,
Yeah.
meme coins are collectibles.
Yeah.
But if you frame it in this way that, oh, you're a launch pad and you're operating as unregistered securities, that could become a law. And other people are going to use that case as examples. So then every launch pad after that, bonk, SNEC, all of the different launch pads are then, potentially under some sort of scrutiny. They either need to run and go get registered as a security so that they don't find themselves in hot water. But right now it's all just, people have filed a complaint. And so this isn't really the DOJ or anything like that that's come down on it. But still, I feel like, if something happens and they decide that, oh yeah, this kind of is a security, then well, maybe the DOJ might look at it the same way. So I don't know.
That is interesting. Yeah.
So yeah, that's great that and I've seen Richard Hart popping up on my timeline recently on X, and I would love to have an interview with him. He would just
Yeah,
be freaking
he's a hard I
phenomenal.
bet he's a hard one to get.
Yeah.
I've tried. I was like, I've been like, "Richard, I've been talking about you, and I swear I've been shilling Pulse Chain this entire time.
Yeah.
Please look at me." Knows.
Yeah.
Um
And so you've had no response, nothing? No?
No, no response. I mean, maybe. I mean, if anything, here's the thing. He's not gonna go on my channel before he goes on Sami's
A
channel, which is,
big, yeah.
Sami is like the biggest, like probably one of the more popular vocal pulse chain, you know, community people,
Right.
and just like an influencer that's on YouTube and also on X. I don't know if you've ever seen his stuff. Um,
I haven't, but I guess I could see, there are Cardano native streamers, creators, and Charles goes to sit down with them way over sitting down and to have an interview with me. And that's just because they're 100% Cardano native, and
yeah,
you know. And not to say that I don't get a chance to sit with Charles, because I do get that opportunity. But it's not the same as someone who's a Cardano native. So
yeah.
yeah. We have to fight. We have to fight twice as hard by not being a maxi.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
So
I feel like we're probably more just meme maxis in general. Like I've just built such a strong thesis, I think, around the magic that memes can really capture. And
Right.
it really, like, I think when you start to analyze things like a Pepe chart, or like a whatever it may
Mhm.
be, or something like the ticker Bitcoin, or whatever these communities are actually like that have an open chart. When I mean by open chart, it's like, here's the supply. Okay, cool. The supply, exchanges have supply, but pretty much like it's like an open chart. It's like anyone's
Mhm.
game. We can choose to rally behind this or that or whatever. It doesn't matter, because there's,
Mhm.
no one is centrally controlling the thing. Uh,
Right.
that's that's a beautiful thing. That's
Mhm.
kind of how Dogecoin in a way was able to do what it did, because it had a community of those people that were loud and strong enough to be like, let's do
Make it real. Yeah.
make it a real thing.
Yeah.
Supply is different with that. I think Dogecoin, like, obviously it's like it's inflationary. I think, the more you go into Doge, like, you get the more Doge can be,
Created. Yes.
there's can be, deflationary mechanisms too, but it was mainly meant to be used as a potential currency. So it's like, if that's the case, then as a means of transaction, then
You want it to be more obtainable for regular people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as like as a supply, as a form of money, because it's like we can choose to use whatever form of money we want. We're supposed to be able to, but we're
Right.
being tricked and told that we need to use fiat cash, but we could just use Bitcoin. But
Yeah, it was a really interesting time when Doge made that decision to go from meme to utility. Because remember, it was like I remember the moment where Elon had tweeted that he was looking for real developers and, come join our Discord and we're making Dogecoin a real currency. And they were, trying to figure out how to make it scalable with Ethereum. And I had joined that Discord. It was very heavy dev talk and stuff that I couldn't really follow, but I remember when they were trying to figure out how to make it scalable on Ethereum. And now just to look at it, it's like, it didn't take that long, but when Elon puts an idea out there and people all think they get to be a part of something that Elon's involved in, and Elon was in that Discord. So it just like it gave people that feeling of like, wow, they get to be involved. But it just shows the power of community when they come together and they have like a plan and they're able to execute. But I think that's where meme coins are able to win, is you have too many utility coins that were never able to actually develop and deliver the utility. So
yeah.
a meme coin is so much easier.
Well, it's just an easier thing for people to get, like, and
Mhm.
it's just kind of how our culture is, and this is what is going to be most likely the onboarding mechanism. It's
Mhm.
it's not really like, oh, what's the fastest, what's the cheapest. It's going to be what's the funnest, like what's
Yeah,
the funniest,
right.
most ironic thing, and that's probably what's going to perform the best, and we'll just have to kind of cope and deal with that. And hopefully we were on the right side and not being a smarty pants and thinking, because being the smartest guy in the room would would lead you to think that you need to hold all the utility coins and all
Mhm.
stuff, and it's like, and then by the end of the run you're like, damn it, Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10E new went up the most. And you're like, that what? And then you tell
Yeah.
that to someone, you say, well, I mean, imagine telling your coworkers you're quit because Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10E new moon, or Mog, or whatever it may be.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah, in fact, Mog is now it's like a term, like the young kids will say like that, like it's actual slang now.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because that actually started as a ticker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or the whole, or even just like or I think what's the let them cook. Where did that actually start and originate from this term?
Right.
Let it
Yeah.
cook. That had to have came from
I feel like it did, but yeah, it's did you see the thing yesterday about PayPal is now going to
yes.
start accepting all the currents over 100 cryptocurrency because they have their stable coin. And I
Mhm.
really feel like PayPal could potentially be one of the biggest onboarding tools, because you think about
Possible.
how many people have used PayPal. Like, everybody's used PayPal. Like, people were using eBay back in the day, and so the number of people who have PayPal accounts set up PayPal accounts for their business. Like, I had a photography business for a while, and I would issue my invoices through there. And so now you have all of these people who are going to be able to have access to not only the stable coin, but the hundreds of cryptocurrencies that they're going to offer.
Yep.
I really think PayPal is, I'm interested to see what PayPal does in terms of like onboarding the normies.
Yeah. I mean, with the stable coin, that was their push, but for a while they've had the ability to just purchase. You could just
Right.
buy Bitcoin or Litecoin and a few
Mhm.
others, and it's always like Bitcoin Cash or something like that.
Yeah, the weird one. Yeah.
Yeah. What's this
Yeah.
Bitcoin Cash? What is this?
Yeah.
Satoshi Vision.
Everybody's like, don't buy that garbage.
I mean, hey, you never know. I mean, if Bitcoin ends up getting taken over and then everyone starts to pivot into the forks, then there's your bullish case for a
Yes.
Satoshi Vision or Bitcoin Cash, and that's kind of
Mhm.
the argument with ETC too, like Ethereum Classic, like but we wouldn't even get into that. That's like getting into the weeds. You don't want to confuse people, Sorry.
Right. Yeah, in fact, that was something else, is MetaMask is gonna integrate Bitcoin, all of it. I was like, wow, runes too. So I think MetaMask, depending on how hard they push, you know, they could be one to come from behind. Like, I feel like, Phantom more or less kind of took over as one of the warm wallets people were using. But I feel like if MetaMask is able to integrate the way that they're trying to, I think MetaMask might surprise people in the next 12 months.
Yep. They have the Solana now. They have a native Solana wallet that you can do on
Mhm.
MetaMask. So, yep, it's gonna be. Oh, and I don't know if you've tested this out yet. Not many people are testing it because it's the Linnea chain. So
Oh,
on
yeah, yeah.
forever, if you've been a MetaMask user, you've seen the Linnea network on there.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what this is. I'm never going to use it. And most people never did. And so, but the Linnea network is actually where you can bridge your stablecoin over and use the debit card. So the MetaMask debit card.
Oh,
Yeah. So
right.
I'd like did the early sign up, and honestly, I think my wife threw the card away. I think
No.
physical card, but they were like,
Oh.
you can like put it in the virtual wallet. So I've literally just been like using
So
the
you've
virtual
been
wallet
using
to
the
test
virtual
it.
wallet.
Yeah, I've been using it on like
Okay.
Apple Pay. You can just like, or on the Pay
Oh,
on
right,
Apple
right,
Pay.
right.
So
Oh, that's smart. I don't think I realized that. I did talk with Michael about the MetaMask card, but I didn't realize that about the network. He did say that I could do the digital wallet creation, but yeah, I was like, I want a wallet. I want a wallet with the fox on it.
oh yeah, the actual like card.
Yeah.
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 No, yeah, it's like a nice metal card, and
Yeah.
yeah, so I think it's probably in the landfill somewhere. So
Great.
if you discover a
Yeah.
metal Fox card, there you go.
There it is.
There'll be 50 cents of USDC on there for you to
So
spend.
so tell me, so if you want to do a purchase,
Yeah.
you sell your token and you sell it for Lene, and then that makes it no?
So because Linnea is a layer 2, so you'll have to have Ethereum
Mhm.
cover the gas for the transactions.
Okay.
So as long as you just have the ETH over on Linnea, but then you can bridge from ETH, or yeah, to bridge from ETH or whatever you're bridging from the stable,
Mm,
whether it be or the stable coin, or do ETH, and then you can swap it to the stable.
right.
Then
Okay.
inside of the MetaMask app, you can select card, and then it brings you into your own like, dashboard with the debit.
Mm. Okay, I'm gonna play with that when
Yeah,
we get
so,
off here,
yeah.
because I do want to know how to use it.
Yeah, you can you test it with like $5 or something. I've just been doing little micro transactions, just testing it,
Yeah.
just to see how it
See how it works.
does.
Yeah.
And that's what I encourage a lot of people to do, is like crypto is not necessarily just about like buying and holding and investments and stuff like that. It's actually about how you can make your money frictionless. Like you can just
Mhm.
move your money around anywhere you want in any type of way. You know,
Mhm.
like that's kind of the whole point too. And that's what I think kind of cracked my brain open to start thinking about money and finances in a different way. And I'm sure you probably felt the same way whenever you sent your first transactions, or you're like,
Mhm.
"Wait, like this took like, you know, less than a minute, you know,
Right.
and it got right to my wallet." I mean, some don't take less than a minute. You know,
Right.
Bitcoin, you're like sweating bullets. You're like,
20 minutes later, yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
You look at your seat, you look at the address, you're like, oh no, I put a dot, I put a comma in there, screwed it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how when you're copying and pasting, through iMessage, it'll add the dash into your wallet address. Did you ever have that happen? And I was like all freaking out because it auto added a dash. It was fine.
Well, whenever I was like trying to like send myself contract addresses and things like that,
Mhm.
or add, yeah, just different, either the token address or an address itself
Mhm.
in the email, in my email was doing that.
Yeah.
Like it would
Right.
put this weird dash or put a space in it, and it
Mhm.
messed me up. But yeah, no, I don't have that type. I'm better now. Like I don't have that fear, but I just remember back like years ago where you're just like,
Everything is scary.
yeah, everything's scary. Now I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, whatever. I don't have any
Yeah.
anymore.
We're numb. We're numb. That's
We're
what
numb.
yeah.
After 2022 and 2023, we are numb.
Mhm.
That was a crap show.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else I wanted to ask you or pick your brain. We've kind of just been freestyling. I see you got a cute cat back there. So your cat,
I do. That's my little
nice,
that one is actually my daughter's cat. That's Toby. He's
nice.
a little rambunctious. My other cat, he's a little more skittish. He hides. He was hit by a car and he's missing a leg.
Oh
So
no.
he gets around fine. He's just my tripod.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's your little tripod. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is my fat cat, my big fat cat.
Oh, he's fat. He's cute.
Yeah, this is Sailor.
Oh, cute
She's like
sailor.
sleeping on my chair right now.
Like
It's like
that.
110 degrees out right now, so it's like,
Yeah, yeah, it's hot here too. Not quite 100 here today, thankfully. You're on the East Coast, right?
yeah,
Instead of
yeah.
the
I'm like,
South.
yeah. I'm on the east. I'm on the East Coast. I don't disclose where I am. I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever
No,
once
you don't
disclosed
have to.
where. I'm sure people have guessed by now, but like, I'm just like, yeah, I'm on the East Coast. Don't need to know where I live.
Yeah.
I'll tell you off camera, but
Yeah, no, it's I'm sure I'll see you at one of these crypto conventions eventually. Do you go to crypto conventions? Is that
yes,
your thing?
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I've gone to a few. Mainly they've just been Bitcoin conferences.
Oh yeah.
But I haven't gone to any of like the side ones. You'll have to inform me on which ones I should actually go to, since you've been a seasoned
Seasoned
citizen.
veteran.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seasoned veteran
yeah.
with that. Like, what's
Yeah,
actually worth going to?
I might do Basel this year. I don't normally do Basel because of when it falls during the year, but I actually might do Basel this year. I don't know. We'll see. We'll
Okay, and
see.
that's in Miami, right?
That's in Miami, yeah. That's in
Yeah,
Miami.
yeah. I can.
Other than that, the only other one I'm looking at right now is Rare Evo. That's next week. So
Okay.
yeah, it'll be fun. Take my camera around, try and surpass 1,100 followers. I'm trying to get past 1,100
This is on YouTube.
on YouTube.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
pull this up right now. Let's.
I'm at 1,050, I
Oh
think.
my gosh.
1,050. I need like 50 more people to go subscribe to me.
All
Get
right,
me
let's
there.
pull
Get
you
me
up. Let's pull
there.
you up real quick, and let's
Yeah.
get the pumpage going.
Yeah, I usually live stream at
Immediately.
1 o'clock. Yeah, I've been testing some stuff, but yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Yeah, I do some edited interviews,
Got these right.
stuff on the go. I try and keep it interesting. I
You got some
post little
shorts.
shorts, all the fun
Nice.
stuff.
Past
Yeah.
live streams. And so how long have you had this channel?
So I started the channel in probably I want to say January of 24. So this is about 18 months now I've been doing it. So my first year I really only got like 20 videos up. So now live streaming every day. I have a format to my show. Yeah. Did some rebranding
Format.
recently.
What is that?
Yeah. Just flick the camera on and go.
No, I'm totally messing with you. Cause like I sometimes think I have a format, and then when I go back and watch, I'm like, what? What did I just start talking about? And then I go off on a rant. But that I feel like people do like the rants though. But
The car, I'm on the car. I'm like reading the comments coming through.
yeah, my car has abs.
No, your show is really entertaining though, because I'll just pop in and you'll be like mid rant, and it all sounds good. It makes sense. I like your show. Yeah, that's why I had you on. I was like, oh, you're great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm glad that we connected and we collaborated. We'll have to do this as a regular thing for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
For sure.
everyone, please go and follow Julie. Subscribe to her
Thank
YouTube
you.
channel, and also follow her at it's at Julie Kennis 2, right? That's your
Yes, at Julie Kennis #2 on
Okay.
X.
Let's do all the correct
Yeah.
things. Let's actually link you.
And
in
if you
the
really
chat.
love me, you can subscribe to me for $3 a month.
Oh yeah, because you could actually you are
you can
able
actually
to get
subscribe.
subscribers. Yeah, that's
That's the
cool.
only platform I'm monetized on so far. I'm getting
What
close
do you
on
mean? That,
YouTube.
like you're saying it like that you're like, oh, that's the only one. This is the hardest
So
one to
far.
get. This is X is
Is
challenging.
it?
5 million impressions in 3 months. That's tough.
Yeah,
I'm
I
only at
guess
like
so.
I only have 1 million impressions for the friggin' year.
Yeah, I'm starting to cook now. I think I just looked at my 12 months, and I'm at 15 million for 12 months. So I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Can I piggyback off of you or something? Like what?
Yeah, you did. We're
Oh
gonna
my
keep it
God.
going.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
you'll
oh
come
yeah,
back.
that's what we're doing
I'll
right
have you
now.
back.
That's it. What
Yeah.
am I talking about? No, but it's crazy. No, it's this tough.
Yeah.
I've been trying to crack X, man, and I think the only thing that's really actually giving me some steam, I swear, is these Sprotos, man, and also you too.
So do you have a badge?
No, I don't have a badge. I kind of
If you can get a badge, that will help. For some reason, the badge will boost you, and if you can get a badge, get a badge. You will get monetized if you get a badge.
I
Doesn't
got a
matter
badge
what badge.
before, and I'll tell you the story of why I'm like anti badges. Okay, so if you're
Okay.
familiar with the bin coin, the bin.e, to hold all that
Oh,
stuff.
yes.
Well, after the fact of it, it was basically towards the very last tail end of
Uh-huh.
of that particular era, and
Uh-huh.
so the last thing that they ended up doing, or that he ended up doing, was doing this NFT project. It was called
Mhm.
like Blitz or something, and there was like these Blitz. So it was like a social fi thing. You connect your account, you have the badge, you get the badge, and it was like a ranking system.
Mhm.
Either way, it ended up flopping. The accounts got banned, and
Oh.
but I don't know exactly why the accounts got banned. I'm sure it was probably some verification issues, but they never came back. So whenever the accounts got banned, they banned everyone's
Ooh.
accounts that had the badge as well.
Yeah. Well, he was like a big scammer though.
Yes. So there is a yes. Yes. So this is where I've learned so many lessons, and I've just learned to not get distracted by like garbage like that. That was like the
Mhm.
last straw. That was like the thing that just like my account got banned.
Yeah.
I was like, I am never going to touch anything from any of these people that even remotely sound like these people ever again. And I just everything got cooked. I was like,
Yeah, that
sucks. I was
sucks.
like, God,
Yeah,
oh, it was terrible.
that sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not good. It was not good. So I was like, no more badges for me.
Yeah,
It's like I did not want to
that's
accept
not
any
a
badge.
very good experience. Yeah, badges can get you in trouble depending on what they are. I do know someone at G Media who has it's like a Ponky badge, and he wants to get rid of it so bad, and he can't. He just like can't get rid of it. He's
Oh, really?
stuck with a Ponky badge.
Yeah, the Ponky badge. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought I wanted a Ponky badge, but I was like, no,
Yeah.
my badge is just me.
Yeah, you'll get there. If you have 1 million in 3 months, it's just a little more time. You're getting there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's. God, I'm curious to see what it is right now. I'm curious.
Your analytics.
Yeah, I'm curious. Let's see. Go to, what is it? Monetization, premium, analytics, and for 3 months. God, that's just like, I got a long way to go. Got a long way to go. Don't like that. Don't like that. Look at that. That's terrible. 369,000 in 3 months.
369.
I think I'm getting shadow banned. I 100%
could
think
be.
I'm
Yeah.
shadow banned, and also on YouTube as well. But this is where I think like I've been just giving so much love to the Sprotos because they're helping me like unshadow ban.
Big time. Yeah.
And I think I'm being penalized because of the fact of me getting banned before. Like it's almost like the accounts that had been banned and then they got their accounts back. They're like, yeah, we'll just put you on the
A lower rank. You're like a lower ranking.
ranked bench.
Yeah.
All the while, we have these scammer accounts that are getting thousands and thousands of interactions, and I'm like,
And they're in little groups to boost each other and
they're in
DMs.
their little cabal groups, and I'm like, you know what? We don't need the cabal groups. We're gonna be ourselves, and that's how we're going to dominate.
Yeah. You're not going to catch me in DMs trying to get people to interact with my content. Like very rarely will I ever post a link to something, but it's not like, oh, go like my video that I made. Like you're not going to catch me doing that because it just seems so, again, inorganic. And I don't want people to be like, oh yeah, I saw her in like 5 group chats post that text that like she wants people to go like you either like the content or you don't force me to like your content.
True. Yeah. I'll be honest. I'll be transparent. When you're in the grind and when you're like you're just like, you feel like you're just nothing's happening. You start to get a little desperate.
You do get desperate.
You feel the desperation a little bit, and it's natural, I think. And then people react in different ways, and they're like chatting in every single timeline, or Telegram, like, please watch my stuff.
It's like
I've done it.
When I make the rounds,
bro, get out of here.
I'll make the rounds on YouTube. I'll go on the YouTube chats because I'll get people from other people's YouTube chats.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably my hey, come follow me.
I mean, hey, you got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah.
I think it's allowed. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all trying to get people's attention, and we're all selling something, whether it be our time, our information, our skill set, whatever it is, or a product. I mean, we're all selling something. It's just an attention economy in that regard. So you have to figure out what works for you.
Right. That's right.
And I feel like maybe you found something, eh? You found something that works for you?
I'm in a groove for sure. There's no stopping me now. Now people are like unsubscribing because I won't stop.
Yeah, I know. You're like, why did I? Yeah, no. There are those days too where you're like that video was a banger, and you're like, how did I just lose 10 subscribers?
I just lost 10 subscribers over that. Yeah.
But most of the time, it's probably just like bots or bot accounts being deleted or something. So it's not real people.
They would never really unsubscribe. Yeah.
Was there anything else that that you want the community or any of my people to know? That anything coming up, special events, where they can find you, like in person?
Yeah, special events. So next week, Rare Evo. I'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
and where is that going to be?
It's in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be making the rounds there. It's a fairly small conference, so I should be easy to track down. If anybody is there, wants to connect, I'll be there making content. So if you want to show off your product, talk about your protocol, let me know.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. And follow me on YouTube.
And anything else? Is that it? So?
No, that's really it. Other than that, I live stream every day at 1:00 Pacific time.
Awesome. All right, let's go. Yeah, this was fun. Thank you so much, Julie, for coming on the show. People can find you at Julie Kennis 2. That's the 2, and also your YouTube is also the same handle, just with Julie Kennis. It's at Julie Kennis. She's got 1,000, so over 1,000 subscribers. Help her get to 2,000. Crack that wall there, and let's all support each other.
Squirrely, there There he is.
Early in the house.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
Hoba fams.
do you guys want to ask her any questions? Sorry, I was like going to end it, but maybe just this last like couple minutes, if you guys want to, we'll take some questions from the chat. We'll take some questions from the chat. Any like, and this is your last chance. Your last chance.
Yeah. It's okay. They don't care. It's the honey badger way.
I really love this game. I wish we could play together. Hit me up on Discord. Oh,
Oh, okay.
no, that's a scammer.
That's a scammer.
It's always on Twitch. The Twitch scammers. They're like, well, I really want to join your Discord so I can scam you.
Let's play together. I haven't had anybody ask me to play in a long time.
I know. What do you want to play? What do you want to play, Vic Light? Let's play some old Half-Life. Yeah. Let's play like some you want to play some Quake? I don't know.
There you go.
All right. No one's asking any questions. Okay.
No,
all right. I think they're satisfied. Okay. I think they're satisfied.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's so fun because normally like I'm way more in the charts and just like going off like a crazy person, but we were just chatting it up, so we had some fun.
Yeah. Well, we pulled up the important charts. Ticker Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Honey badgers.
Ones, yeah.
Those are the important ones.
All right. Thank you so much, Julie.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Bye,
have
everybody.
a good rest of the day. And you're streaming pretty soon too, right? You're streaming
couple hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
When does your stream start?
It's at 1:00, so about 3 hours. 1:00 my time.
Okay, cool. All right, awesome. All right, well, everyone go tune into her live stream, see what she's doing for today, and yeah, everyone just have a good rest of the day, and we'll see you on the next live stream. Thank you, Julie.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. All right, that was Julie Kennis. She's amazing. Thank you so much for you guys tuning in. Had a lot of fun. This was just kind of an open conversation. We were just kind of freelancing it, and that's kind of the way I like to do things because it just keeps it nice and open-ended. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Just give a shout out to all the people that are watching on YouTube, watching on X, watching on Twitch, Rumble, wherever you're watching from, LiveJournal, MySpace, wherever you like to watch your cryptocurrency content. And with that being said, my friends, I hope you have a good rest of the day. Make sure if you just came in or you came in halfway, go back and watch the rest of this live stream and this interview. Some cool nuggets in there. You can learn a little bit about Julie, how she started her cryptocurrency journey, and how she is continuing to reap the benefits of being in this amazing ecosystem. So, all right, and this industry. All right, my friends. Thank you again. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Share this live stream. Share the YouTube live stream. And if you're watching on X, make sure you are hitting that heart button and reposting this so we can get that algorithm pumping. All right. God bless everyone. Have a good rest of the day. I'll see you later. Peace.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin of shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworkers you're quitting because Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you coin. Boom! Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSNI.com.